Okay, hi everyone. Here's some more replies to some videos here. To some emails. Again, I'm just going to go through them nice and quickly and get them sorted. So this first one is from Pete Blackman, and he is saying he wants to buy some speedlights. I have a Canon 60D and appreciate that you're a Canon man, but what should I be looking for? Budget isn't massive, but happy to spend if I get something decent. Any ideas? If you want to get flashes, it depends if you're wanting studio flashes or if you're wanting speedlights. Canon does some very good speedlights, which is the 430EX and the 540EX, which the 540 is a very powerful flash. And obviously that being with your Canon means they can communicate magically with each other, which is, I think, the Canon version that they've got in their 7D and their 60D are coming up to the same kind of levels as the Nikon the Nikon CLS system. However, it's just not quite as intuitive as Nikon CLS, and the flashes just aren't quite as easy to work as I think it is with Nikon. If you're wanting studio lights, then if you don't have a huge budget and you're going to be indoors and you've got plugs to stick it in, then Interfit do a whole bunch of studio kits for really cheap. Like you can get two 150-watt lights with stuff, and it'll only be like about £300. So if you can get a whole studio kit for the same price of one SB900 if you're with Nikon, or one 540EX2 flash. So it depends on what you're really wanting there. Next question. Okay, this person is from Andre. He's saying that is concerning the Tokina 11 to 16mm lens. Pixelpeeper.com and search for sample images from the tokina with the D300S. You find some pictures with really horrible CA meaning chromatic aberration. What's happened here? Is there okay, I haven't really had a bad chromatic aberration at all with my Tokina 11 to 16. I've found it to be very, very good. I've never had any problems like that. I was close to buying this lens, but after I saw these pictures I had some second thoughts. I'm currently using the Nikon 12 to 24 f4 on my D300S, and it's not a bad lens. No, it's a very, very good lens. But in a lot of situations I'd love to have the f2.8. So f2.8 compared to the f4 is one stop. So you're going from a 100th of a second to a 50th of a second. And you're also getting that 1mm, or because you're times it by a 1.5, then it's 1.5mm extra width that you're getting. Not that you'll ever really notice that in real life. I would say don't really bother upgrading that unless you're already selling the 12 to 24 f4. Try and sell that, then you're only paying like maybe £100 difference to get the tokina. But generally, no, I haven't had any problems with chromatic aberration. Sometimes I have found that the focus has been a bit wrong. In camera with the lens, it's gone a bit wrong, but I've gone manually, and manually has been much easy to work manually at 11mm with that lens. Take a photo, zoom it in, and you're sorted. But no, chromatic aberration, absolutely fine. Next one. Okay, here's a good one. This is Anton van Zedgel. Okay, anyway, he says, this is regarding quoting clients, like if you're giving prices to your clients of how much your photography costs. It here says, the average going rate here in South Africa for a wedding is £700 to £800. Yeah, that's pretty much average, I would say. That's not too bad. After quoting my potential client, he came back to me asking if I can do a 6-hour wedding and editing afterwards for £88? How on earth do you respond to idiots like this? You email back and go, sorry, I can't do this. If somebody's wanting you to do it for a tenth of, like, you've got to factor in the fact that, for example, for me, whenever I'm doing a wedding, I'm renting out the best of the best equipment I can get. I might be renting out the Nikon D700, and I might be renting out the 24 to 70mm Nikon lens. And that itself is going to cost me £200 to rent that out for the weekend. So somebody asking me to do it for £88, I would just happily send you and say, I'm very sorry, but for me to cover your wedding I'm unable to afford it at £88. And then what I would report to them is that my average daily rate is, let's say it's £20 an hour, or maybe here £10 to £20 an hour. And for the shoot, £6, well, that's going to be 6 hours, that's going to be at least either £120. And then for the editing, which you'll have to explain to them that the editing is sometimes the longest part. The selection, the editing, the delivering, and then getting back, editing a bit more and giving back again. That can be, another 20 hours worth of time. So yeah, you've got to factor that in as well. So that's where it becomes up. So whenever somebody says, oh, a wedding costs £1,000 to do the photography for, it's like, well, yeah, because you've got the travelling to it, you've got the rental of equipment, you've got the buying of the wedding album, the memory stick, the editing of the photos, your software, your computer, your time, all these things. There's so many things to go into it. So somebody's saying, can you do it for £88? Simply reply, very sorry, unfortunately I'm not able to do it at that price that you've quoted. If you do want to use my services, please check my website and you'll see the price is £800 or whatever it is that you're charging. So yeah, respond politely and just explain where the price and the cost is coming from. Okay, next one. Okay, this is from Owen. He's saying he's managed to secure a job at his school. It's unpaid, although. Anyway, I've been told I need to get some headshots of people who were involved in my school's production. Anyway, the point is, I have no experience of portrait work and I'd like to try some different things so each photo doesn't look the same. I'm going to be using a D200, or the Nikon D200 and 50 f1.8 and one flash and umbrella. Great. Are there any good poses I can get my models to do? Okay, first of all, they're probably not going to be models. If it's a production and it's school, they're probably not models, they're probably school kids or people that are just generally working there. So don't give it that much time. Just kind of go, hi there, I'm here to get your photo, get a nice lighting on their face, so it looks quite good. I would say, yeah, if you've got your flash, you've got your umbrella, brilliant. You've got your 50mm, brilliant. Again, I don't know what the photos are going to be used for, so it's a difficult one to say, but generally, just work all of them. If it's going to be, let's say it's a magazine for the school, let's just do all of them where they're just in slightly different positions, poses, lighting, roughly. So you've either got somebody with Rembrandt lighting, somebody with, you don't really want to do butterfly lighting, but Rembrandt lighting, but sometimes facing that way, sometimes with their arms crossed, sometimes straight to the camera, sometimes eyes a wee bit off to the side. So just work with the heads, because if it really is just portraits of people from the school, they're not going to be doing lots of headshots and poses, so don't worry about that. That should be absolutely fine. So yeah, that's it. Just work on them, head, left, right, up, down, eyes there, forward, left, right, whatever you want to do. Next one. This one's from Shah, S-H-A-H. He says he's just recently purchased the Nikon D300 and he's been surfing YouTube. He came across a few of my videos, blah blah blah. I was wondering, okay, after viewing video after video of photographers having all the newest and coolest gear, I was wondering how they get all the cool shit. Do you get sponsored? Most of the pictures you have are epic. Oh, nice, I like it. Get back to me, bro. Let me know. Okay, bro. Then how? Okay, wait, what was the question? How do the photographers get all their cool shit? They probably buy it. I myself, I pretty much buy all second-hand stuff. I don't have money coming in from anywhere. I need a full-time job. My photography is really something which I do because I love doing it. And my videos, I love doing it because it's really fun and interesting. The people that you've seen on the internet, they're probably highly successful, either business people or they've got rich families. You do have some of those spoilt brats on the internet. They're going, look at my lens which I got when I was 12. You're like, yeah, sure you did. You got it off your dad or something like that. Do they get sponsored? I don't know. Well, I think if you're really good and maybe you've gone to university and you've done loads of gallery shows, maybe some companies might come up to you and say, hey, can you be a representative for Nikon, a representative for Canon or all that kind of stuff. If you go into one of my videos in my previous channel, the no, youtube.com/Don Bauer. There's a video I did with a Spanish photographer, landscape photographer called Alonso Diaz, and he was a representative for Sony. So he'd obviously just been shit hot at his stuff, and he gets given all the coolest shit. Then he just keeps on doing stuff, and he's a representative for the person. So I don't know if it's so much that he's sponsored, but he's a rep for them. So yeah, that's you've just got to be awesome and be seen everywhere, and just, you know, hope the companies come towards you. You can always email them, but that's probably not going to lead to anywhere. Okay, next one. Okay, this one is from Jim Clark. He is saying that he has a Canon 580 EX2. Okay, that's the big flash. And 3 pocket wizards. Those are those little things that you put on your camera and your flash so you can do wireless flash photography. I cannot get them to work together. Oh. Right. I can get one firing fine, pocket wizard on camera, other on strobe, yes. I cannot get the other to work in any combination, on its own or with pocket wizard. Is it in full working order? What am I doing wrong? Any advice? I don't know. It sounds like something's broken. Sounds like the receiver on the second flash is what's not working. So definitely get that checked out. Pocket wizards, they sound like little small things, but they're bloody expensive. They're around about £300 to get a set, and the set is on the camera and on the flash. So yeah, they're not cheap. That's where I always think Nikon's a bit better, because it does it magically. So if you're using pocket wizards, obviously pocket wizard you can do over a much greater distance. Like you can have it about 50 meters away. When you'd ever use a flash that's 50 meters away for a giant super mega telephoto, I don't know. But if it's working on one of your cameras and not one of your flashes and not another, it sounds like the receiver part is not working. Okay, next one. Here's a family portrait question. How do I be asked to take a family portrait of 5 people, 2 adults, 2 kids and a baby? But I don't know how to set the lighting. I have 2 continuous lights, okay, and a flash. Can be used off camera. Okay, 5 people, 2 adults, kids and a baby. Okay, sitting room area would be absolutely fine. Maybe if their sofa is in front of the window, you've got lovely light coming from behind, then use your lights on the inside of the room to light them up. The flash is probably going to be the only one that will outpower the light from the sun behind, if it is sunny of course. Try and make sure that you don't have any clutter in the background. Make sure it's kind of a plain background, like just a window. Have the blinds down, or just if it's shutters, just kind of shuttered. Don't do it where there's like a bookcase and crap all over the background. So the main thing is there. Lighting wise, I can't tell you how to do it because I don't know what the situation would be like, but just make sure that whatever you have in the background isn't distracting. That's the main thing. Use a good aperture so that everything's in focus, and generally if you're going there, just try and have some fun. Take your time at it as well. Go in, have a coffee, chat away to people, show them the images as you're taking them. And you know, if somebody blinks every single time, you know, talk to them about it. Just, you know, make it a fun kind of thing to do. And if the baby starts screaming, that's fine. Just let it scream away, and just shoot as well. You know, just take photos. People might love the fact that the mum and dad are just going to go, oh no! You know, the kids going, wah! And the kids are just like, I'm so bored. So, you know, that might be the winning photo in the end. It's not the one where it's everyone just going smiling. It might be the one where it's the actual, you know, proper relationship between the family. Okay, next one. This one is about your low-pro bag. Could you please tell me what model low-pro bag fits your speedlights perfectly? Nope, I don't know. Okay, here's a camera question about the Nikon D3000. This is from Chris. He says, hi, I was looking to buy a Nikon camera. I now have a Nikon D3000 and I'm not very happy with it. I just wanted your advice on which Nikon I can get. I'm looking to spend around £800 or less. Would be great with some cheap sites. Okay, I don't understand. Oh, so you're upset with or you're not happy with it. You've got to explain why. Why are you not happy with it? Is it not fast enough? Is the images not good enough? Is, you know, what's the problem? Some cameras may have better frames per second, some might have better screen resolutions on the back, some might have better resolutions in the photos, some might have better, all these little things. So I don't really know, if your budget is around about 800, then you can get the D3100, which has some really good video on it. Or you can get the D5100, which will be coming out very soon as well. But I can't really help you there. If you haven't told me what you're finding upsetting about it, or what you're not happy about, that's a difficult one. Okay, next one. Okay, this one here, oh yeah, okay, I've already read this one. This one is, "Hi Dom, my name is Jeremy. I'm writing about his son Cody, who's diagnosed with Irwin's sarcoma, bone cancer, in his right tibia in January 2008. If any of you don't know, I've done a thing on my blog and on my previous page all about kind of helping people with cancer. What I'll do is I'll put a link down below to the actual blog page, and it's for people to write in their stories about their experience with cancer. Either it was them, or it was somebody in their family, or maybe it was their best friend. It's how they kind of dealt with it, about their good, their bad points, the ups, the downs, and also maybe some photos of the kind of their trip through their experience with cancer. So here's quite a tough story. If any of you are actually able to read through this stuff, it's pretty humbling, is probably the best way to put it. So yeah, check on the blog. I'll put the link down below. But yeah, some cancer stuff. If any of you have had any effect from cancer, and maybe you want a story that you want to tell with some photos, please, I'd be very interested in getting them onto the blog. And the whole idea is in the future, make a book, sell it, and make some money for some cancer research or some cancer charities of some sort. But at the moment, need a lot more material before we can go into production. But yeah, check that out. Cheers. Okay, and to finish on a more business note, this is from Zeno, who is a guy who does free running over in Glasgow, which is kind of sport where you jump over stuff. Not buildings, that's what they do in the TV shows, but yeah, you jump over stuff. Anyway, so Mr. Zeno has said to me, he says a small organisation has approached him to use one of his photos in a promotional brochure. I said I would charge for single use of my photos, but because it's a small organisation, it is for single use and not for them to fully own. I'm finding it hard to come up with a price. Okay, so a company's gone to you, said, "Hi, can we use that photo in our brochure? Please." And you go, "That's fine, I'll have to charge you." But then you have to figure out what you're going to charge. If you were in the position of how much would you charge? Okay, I would charge them however much I think the photo is worth. Okay, that's not helpful in any way, I know. But if the photo that you took is just like a average stock photo of your dog or something like that, then I'd say, yeah, there you go, give me £30 for it. If it's a photo where I've set up a modelling session, maybe I've got a location, a model, a person, and maybe if it's I've had to get the rights to that person to say yes, you can use this photo, then I'm going to charge them what it would have been if it was an actual commissioned photo. So if somebody comes to me and says, "Hi Dom, can you do a photo here?" I say, "Yeah, here's my price. It's 100, 120, 150, £200. So if it's a fairly decent, if it's like a great image which you really like and you want to make sure everyone knows it's you, or you're happy to give it to it as long as you get a proper amount of dosh for it, then yeah, I would say. So, for example, if it was my photo, I would say anywhere between anywhere between £70 to £100. If it's a photo that you've already done. If they're commissioning you, say, "Hey, Mr. Zeno, can you do a photo for us?" Then it's £100 to £150. If it's a magazine which has a huge national distribution, I say, yeah, £200, something around about there. But yeah. He says, I was thinking of £70. Is that too little or too much? No, £70, I say spot on. 70 to 90, depending on how difficult the photo was and how good the photo is what I'd say. I know pricing is not an exact science, but it's down to the owner or client. Yeah, average price range. Yeah, I would say go for that. Okay, I hope that helps everyone, and I'll see you guys then. Cheers, bye-bye.